So you come back to the other point of CYOs. Am I comfortable with my scene? I'm comfortable with my seats. Am I comfortable with my cornerstone? Sorry, the corner office. Oh, am I still hungry? Am I still doing the purpose for what I started this startup with? If you're into that, I think you focus on that. That's the second point. And of course, we talk about being a freak. Don't be ashamed about it. Be a freak. Ask. Ask, like I don't know, I don't technically even remember. Ask not what your stakeholders can give for you, rather let you give that to them. And be a freak, and naturally leads to a lot of sales. Focus on your sales and you will become a high growth, scale up, and an enterprise. So in that format, I think it's all about high growth is nothing but a state of mind. It's about you. If you can think, you can do it. Focus. High growth is border free. Don't say that, this is some of the points that as a Keralite ecosystem player, this is what I see. Oh, well, this is Kerala, that is Bangalore. No, it's border free. We're global. At a touch of a button, you can request Anurag Batra to give you a recommendation. With a touch of a button, probably you can talk to Theo Priestley and say that, look, I have a beautiful innovation idea. Can you give me some kind of a feedback? At the touch of a button, you can actually reach out to someone much larger, probably even Steve Wozniak, and say that, look, I got a beautiful AI idea. Can we discuss? It's border free. It's a border free world. What's stopping you? Try thinking like that. Try to see the larger world beyond where you physically exist to where your market is, and start working towards that. And definitely this is not just a cakewalk. It's going to take a lot of diligence. Work hard. Spend time, efforts, focus. Really, really work towards it. And don't lose heart. You might fail. You might have hundreds of situations. This is a particular idea that I was working on. Just one personal anecdote. Just one. I have been working on it. It took me around 3 years, even beyond the idea stage took me around 3 years. Technology wasn't available, so I found solutions with non-technology to manpower-centric and customer service-oriented facilities and stuff and all. Then finally, after around 2 years, I found a way out that this whole digital creative solutions that I wanted to create the world's finest distributed advertising agency. And registered, working with consultants, trying to create the opportunity. And finally, I found that all of this can be done with a simple technology called Word. You can do all of this with Word. And this came through a set of a research with a particular printer that I was interacting with in Colorado. This guy has a huge printing shop, and most of his designs are done in Word. And I said, wow, beautiful. And 1 month's time, I've solved a lot of problems that I've been working on for around 2 years' time. So no WYSIWYG and all those kind of stuff. And by the time I got into a revised business plan, I heard through somebody that there is something called Canva that has come into the play. I was being invited because of certain close groups into beta. The first thing I heard is that, look, I was trying to sell a service at $50, and all of a sudden there is somebody who's going to give a service free. And it took me 3 years. And for Melanie, it only took around 9 months. And I said, look, probably I'll reduce my price. I said, okay, probably I'll offer the same service at $10. Next thing I know is that Guy Kawasaki went and onboarded the company. I said, okay, enough. Thank you, over. Diligence didn't work. So I stopped, I moved on. The point is, you need to really, really constrain yourself and say that, look, there are too many things that is not in my control. There are too many things out there in the market. It's not just me, it's people who are going to consume. And there are hundreds of solutions that I'm giving today that could become my challenge. So I would have to work with a lot of diligence to ensure that my story is not lost. My story is continued with all the setbacks that I do. And focus is also about process. Build a clear process. Build a clear process from day one. Build a clear process, and of course, it should not become an SOP nightmare somewhere down the line. Yet you should have processes, and if you have good processes, that will lead to a good culture. If there is no culture for your startup or your scale up, you will fail. You will fail miserably. There should be a proper, defined way of why that other people are working with you, whether it's an employee or a vendor or a buyer. If you have a good culture, you will continue spreading that magic of yours, that original idea that you created, into a different form maybe, a different team maybe, a different market maybe, but you will continue. So it's all about your culture. Thank you. I can take some fancy high-level questions.
Yes, thank you very much, Rajesh. Any questions there? Question there? Can we have the mic, please?
Can you just explain freaks? Is it mindless spenders or mindless consumers?
You should be mindless when you're asking for something free. It's simple as that. Be frugal. If somebody is wanting to, want a particular service from you, ask something free. If somebody wants to sell something to you, ask something free. Keep asking for free because you're growing up. You need a lot more resources than that. So keep trying to shave those small things across. Shave it off. Keep shaving, keep shaving, keep shaving. So that it is instilled in you that that extra revenue that is coming while you're growing up is not for you to take.
Any other question? Yes.
Yeah, something related to freaks only. As startups, most of us here, freaks from the other side. Like, if you want me as a partner, or me as a client, you should offer this free. That is something that we, majorly hear in this area. Right. How do we handle this?
The free is both sides. That's why I said frugality is not that the startup only give free. Right? I go for a ride in a better car. I pay for it. Right? I mean, Uber tells you to go for pool, freemium. Yeah. So when somebody asks for free, you give a freemium model if it's possible from you. Because technically, what I remember is that you're into the hospitality and related tech. So there are freemium models. So give a free to ensure that he is going to convert into the premium. So that's free. I mean, that's already there. It's obvious. That's what I'm saying. So you need to be frugal.
Yeah, mostly we do that. But there are some brands specifically ask for free lifelong.
Okay. If I go to ITC hotel and if they ask for free, probably I might do it.
Okay.
But if I go to Kantari and probably I might probably delay it. Nothing against anybody. So it's again, I mean, that's why I said it's everything. These are not rules. These are conventions. You need to understand the rule and the convention. In business, there is nothing called a rule. Uber is illegal in most part of the world, or some parts of the world. Middle East had been putting Uber not coming across because the government was controlling the taxi business. Till somebody came across called Kareem in Dubai and now in Egypt and Saudi Arabia and a couple of other markets. And then all of a sudden the transport authority realized that you have to actually allow some part of innovation. So Kareem was allowed along with Uber also came along. So quite a lot of times what is free is also about what is available to you. There's no rule. The rule is about, does it work for you as a CYO? Again, I'm going back to that. As a CYO, as a purpose officer, does it make sense for me to give something free to him so that I get something back to me? Then I do it. Otherwise, I walk off. See, I'm going to say that, look, I need 10 more minutes. And, if there's time available, let's say, yes, free. No, but the next session is going to be waiting and I'm going to be such a bore. Nothing free. Sorry, please walk out. Like that. I mean, it's as simple as that. I'm trying to be very simplistic in my words than, getting into in-depth.
Yeah.
Right.
Thank you for that.